Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age. I'm Emma, and last time we went to the cave, we found Duncan, not Tamlin. So now we're back at the camp, and I'm gonna go around and talk to some people and kind of get a feel for these NPCs. Okay, so the keeper is off with Duncan discussing a potential cure. I'm really kind of afraid that we've got the blight.
I know Tamlin was your friend. We feel your loss.
Great. Oh, this is the guy we were supposed to talk to earlier.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalish? Is he truly lost to us?
The Grey Warden says he is, but I'm not sure.
Even if he's not, we must leave soon. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
The Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare a service.
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
But what if Tamlin isn't dead? I refuse to believe he's dead until there's, like, definitive proof. I really don't want him to die.
We shall sing for him anyway, and pray he does not suffer. You know, it's imperative now more than ever to pass on what we know to the young. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
I noticed they also don't have Valisleen, which are like the facial tattoos you see on them. Certainly, Harren.
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
But I mean, like, I know stuff from Inquisition, but obviously that's not relevant here because Inquisition was made afterwards. But I don't want... Why don't you tell it from your Harren? Okay, it was the right
Long
answer.
ago, our people were slaves to the humans. Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery. But the humans would not leave us be. They were resentful because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants. A war erupted. The humans invaded our homeland in the name of their one god, denouncing our sacrilegious nation. And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands. To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more. We shall then return the old ways to those of our people who have lost them. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenan. Never again shall we submit.
At least you remembered the Oath of the Dales. I appreciate your forbearance nevertheless, Dalen. I will let you get on with your business now.
I would like to hear more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Oh, we've got so many options. Let's just go down the list then. Tell me about Arlathan.
Ah, yes. The Lost City. Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of.
Do no books record our history?
When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know of them.
Why do the Shems allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure. And we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
What happened to the elves who didn't join the Dalish?
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them Flat Ears, but they differ little from their Shemlen masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
Do you think we'll ever find another homeland?
We can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
I think that's all. Thank you.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
Did elves ever live in caves? Because that might be relevant to that, the Cave of Wonders that we went and rooted around in earlier.
I've never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
What do you know about Darkspawn?
Only that they eat living flesh, and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Dergenlen, the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
That was a heavy conversation. Okay, let's get some of these goodies over here. Another helmet.
As you desire.
Scout's bow.
Of course.
Oh, well, I don't want to pick it. It's obviously not mine. I'm really bad about games. I don't ever steal stuff. Okay, we can talk to this little girl. Boy.
Is Tamlin dead? Everybody says he's not coming back.
Oh, baby.
This is a sad day. We mourn those passing into the beyond.
He's not dead. I'm not convinced. Oh, it's Fenrir.
I wish we could have found Tamlin. If those creatures... Oh, I can't bear to think about that. Why do you think the Grey Warden won't tell you about this cure? It seems rather cruel to withhold it.
It must be something terrible.
Keeper Marathari won't let him withhold it. I say we get your cure, move the clan north, and put this all behind us.
But Tamlin, he might still be around somewhere. The Aravels look definitely a lot more interesting than I thought. I did not expect them to basically look like little rolling boats. It's very cool. Let's talk to this room.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
Adorable. With them sweet Cara Delevingne eyebrows. Can I, like, yeah. Okay.
It is time for the clan to move. This accursed place has brought us no good.
True.
If only you two never found that cave. It would have been better off undiscovered for another millennia.
Well, the Shem found it anyways. We obviously need to go over there, but I'm gonna get these guys over here first.
This cave should be destroyed, burned with fire. It brought us nothing but ill luck.
It is time for the clan to move. This
Same thing
accursed
that last
place has
lady
brought
told
us
us.
no good.
Anithara, it's good to see you again, though you bring sad news.
This is funny because this was the character that the look that I had rolled initially. Because I usually play characters with red hair, but then I remembered that Liliana is also redhead, and I did like the cut, so I didn't want us to look too similar. How are the Hala faring, Marin?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Hala can sense the clan's distress, but I never heard the outcome of your last expedition.
I really don't. Truthfully, I don't think he's dead.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. Hard times are ahead for our clan.
And I love their spiraling horns. They're so pretty. But that's kind of cool that the... Oh. Hello, Meryl.
I wish we'd had more time to examine those artifacts. Perhaps another time if the Keeper thinks it's
Lady,
wise.
did you not learn? Oh, I'll leave these two.
If only you two never found that cave.
Agreed.
It would have been better off undiscovered for another.
I see you have not returned with young Tamlin. Are we to assume the worst?
I did not find him, but I don't believe he is dead.
If he is as sick as you were, I wonder. Sadly, it seems we will be leaving him behind soon, regardless. I know you and Tamlin were very close, Dalin. This must be difficult indeed.
Thank you, Master Island.
May the Creators guide your path.
I guess we can ask him about his bow and stuff now.
Ah, back again?
Would like to hear the story of your father's battle.
Then I am proud to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shimlin were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them.
We attack them first?
They were barbarians without honor. They would have slain us without a second thought. The ensuing battle went well for us. That day, we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
Good, and you should. Why would you relinquish such a relic?
We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend, but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
I should go.
May the Creators guide your path.
I'm not gonna lie, I am super in love with the amount of Dalish lore that we're getting. Just fangirling over here.
Well, all right.
Six copper? We can buy stuff with that later, I guess. Oh, this guy has a name. Both of them do.
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
He doesn't have a Valisleen. You're not Dalish, are you?
That obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
You've nothing to worry about, Paul.
Thank you. The clan has been very kind and welcoming. I never expected it to be like this.
I wanted them to tell us some of the stories, some of the rumors.
It was good to meet you. Perhaps I'll get to hunt with you someday.
I've never seen a Shemlin city. What's it like?
You've never been to a city? Surely you've at least visited a town.
We occasionally trade with the Shemlin in small villages, but only a few in the clan can undertake that task.
I can't imagine never having seen a city. It's crowded, with buildings all squeezed together. There are people everywhere, and it always stinks.
And elves live with the Shemlin?
Only if they're servants. Most of us live in a part of the city called an alienage, separated from the humans by walls. That's where all the poorest folk live. Laborers, dockhands, and thieves. And that's if you're lucky.
That hardly sounds like freedom.
We don't think about it like that. To most folks, that's just how it is.
Do elves from the city learn to fight or to shoot a bow?
Andraste's mercy, no. No one is allowed to walk around with any weapon. Fighting just gets you arrested. And I've never had to leave the city before. Much less learn how to hunt.
We hear city elves don't know what it means to be elven.
Well, back in the city we hear the same about you. Stories about Dalish bandits attacking people for no reason.
We would never resort to banditry.
I'm just saying that's what we hear. And it's elves who say these things too, not humans.
They just don't know the truth.
Even if they did, I honestly don't think most of them would want to leave. Wandering and hunting doesn't sound like much of a life.
At least they would live as free men, and as equals.
Maybe. But to most elves I know, the only difference between them and humans is how much coin they have. Coin is the great equalizer, not living free.
Why did you leave the city?
I got into trouble for stealing. I'm not a thief. We just never really had a choice. Mother was a maid, and I was lucky if I could get work at the docks. You make a living however you can, right? When Mother died, I got drunk and was caught picking a guard's pocket. They were going to hang me, but I escaped and, well, here I am.
You won't have to resort to that anymore.
I'll do my best to adjust and fit in. I never dreamed you'd be so welcoming. I thought at best you might hide me for a bit. I'm glad I was wrong.
I should go.
Of course. I hope to see you again.
Well, let's see what Jannar has to say.
I'm training Paul. He'll have to learn how to handle that bow quickly.
Okay, well, then you two have fun. We'll come back to them. I want to do them last.
You do not return with Tamlin. I know what that means. We all feel this loss.
No, he's not dead. I refuse. He's not dead. He's just out wandering around somewhere. Hopefully getting aid from somebody.
Is Tamlin dead? Everybody says he's not coming back.
Shh, baby girl. He's fine.
This cave should be destroyed, burned with fire. It brought us nothing but ill luck.
Agreed.
Where is Tamlin? Is it as we suspected?
Oh, thank the creators you're safe. I questioned the Keeper's wisdom at sending you off while you're still sick, but my doubts were misplaced. You are still feeling well, dear. I've been so worried since that Shemlin brought you back.
Anathara, Ashal. It's good to see you too.
Everyone fears Tamlin is dead.
No.
Is it true?
No, these are not good options. I don't want to talk about it.
That's awful. I know how much you and the lad care for each other. It was always my hope that you two... Well, let's not dwell on it. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
He was my old boyfriend. Ugh. No, this is horrible. You've never spoken of my parents much, Ashal.
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
Don't we Dalish strive to learn of our past? Hopefully this will work out because we've got that coercion point.
True. Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
Is there ever a good time?
Very well. If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
Humans killed my father?
Yes, but also city elves, too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
I don't know what to say.
The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
No, I understand.
Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you are older. Perhaps the time has come.
Oh? Where is it?
Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
Sweet. Okay, we'll do that in just a second. I think we've got this last section of camp. And we can go over there.
I miss Tamlin. I want him to come home.
Me too, baby, me too.
If only you two never found that cave. It would have been better off undiscovered for another millennia.
Poor Tamlin. So let's go check out this gift from our parents. God, that's heart-wrenching. Storage area, storage. There was that locked chest over here. Let's see.
Lovely.
We have an heirloom necklace. Gives us spirit resistance. So let's go ahead and equip that. Accessories. Oh, we have a Dalish leather belt. And let's put on our heirloom necklace. What else do we have while we're here? Can we wear this? It's a helmet. Ooh. Dalish boots, which is what we've got on. And a clan shield. But we don't need the shield because we're not a warrior. We have that scout's bow on. It looks like the exact same thing. Can we change our... We've got normal arrows on. Let's do this. That looks cool as fuck. Plot items, crafting. Okay, this should be good enough for now. I don't want to wear the helmet because I hate helmets. I hate helmets so much. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay.
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
Wow. What does this have to do with my cure?
Everything, I'm afraid. The darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Can't you just give me the cure?
The cure is only found by joining the Grey Wardens. As sole protectors against the Darkspawn, we're granted some immunity to the taint. But this is not charity. We enlist only the worthy, and you have certainly proven yourself. Should you join, it's unlikely you'll ever be able to return here.
Wow. This is very sudden.
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty, and your salvation.
Oh, man. I mean, these are the only people we've ever known, really, and to leave that all behind, but the Keeper's pretty gently insistent that this is the best course for us, and I feel like she would adhere to that. If this is my duty, then I will go.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalish. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
I would like to stay for Tamlin's funeral.
We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalish. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
This is such a sad start. We lose our elf boyfriend, and now we have to leave our family? Of course, she looks back to say goodbye. Damn. This is definitely not what I was expecting. I mean, I knew that we were to join the Grey Wardens, but not like this.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
There's part of me that feels like she'd be somewhat defensive, given the Dalish's negative outlook on humans or the Shem. But I do want to play a more diplomatic person. I am Emelind, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
See, there we go. Now we have an in-character reason to be a little less standoffish. I thought humans considered us dangerous vagrants.
To be fair, your people can be a bit standoffish.
Not that I blame them, of course. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
I like our little elvish farewell.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
What would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The Joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
Okay guys, I'm gonna cut it here. So when we come back, we're gonna learn more about this joining. We're gonna go through that process, and we're gonna go check out this Darkspawn horde. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.